my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Hey, festive friends! All right, so today marks the beginning of our Vlogmas journey, and we're thrilled to have you join us for a month filled with joy, creativity, and holiday magic. So, what's the short story behind Vlogmas? Okay, so Vlogmas is a delightful tradition in YouTube and the vlogging community, and it started as a way for creators like me to share daily content throughout the month of December. It's a festive countdown to Christmas where creators showcase everything from holiday decorations to festive recipes and, of course, spreading the joy of the season. So each day leading up to Christmas, our favorite bloggers open a digital advent calendar, unveiling a new video to celebrate the holiday spirit. It's a virtual holiday party that brings creators and viewers together in the most wonderful way possible. And this year, Mommy Guide Inc., yours truly, is going to dive headfirst into the festive fun with our very own version of Vlogmas, where we will be doing crafty Vlogmas for the whole December. And instead of 25 days, we are gonna be doing it for 32 days because I will go up to January 1st, right? So grab your Santa hat, sip on some hot cocoa, and let's make this December a month to remember. Now, on to our featured artist for Vlogmas Day 1, none other than Gretchen Shepherd from Images by Gretchen. Gretchen is a Washington State native with photography and art flowing through her veins. Her roots can be traced back to the early 1900s when her grandparents had a dark room and her adventurous great aunt captured the beauty of the West Coast. Now, with a passion ignited in high school, Gretchen delved into the black and white photography and that enchanting world of the darkroom, the original darkroom, guys. So life took her on a different journey though, as she raised a family and taught elementary school for 35 years. But her love for photography never faded, and now after retiring, she's back with her camera always at her side, embracing the digital darkroom this time around. So Gretchen's lens captures the unseen beauty in our world. And today she's here to share a bit of that magic with us later on. All right. And so don't worry because, as we said, this is going to be a crafty vlogmas because today Gretchen will also create a delightful Christmas tea and treat holder craft project alongside me. So get ready to add a touch of creativity to your holiday season this whole month of December. Don't forget to comment, like, and of course, please share the joy with others. Let's spread the magic together. And so, without further ado, let's welcome Gretchen Shepherd to Mommy Guide Inc.'s Vlogmas Day 1. Hi, Gretchen.
Hi, Lala. Oh my gosh. What an introduction. Wow.
Did you fall asleep?
No, you've done your homework, girl. My gosh, that's amazing.
Oh, thank you,
Man, Grandma
Gretchen.
would be proud.
Yes, first and foremost, guys, do you know what time it is where Gretchen is? It's past
It is.
midnight for her. So she's such a
Well,
trooper, right? So she deserves balloons, guys, for
well,
staying up
it
this
has more to
late
do with
just to be with us. Thank you
it
so
has
much, Gretchen.
more to do with really looking at your schedule and going, "Oh, I can do that." And then going, "Oh, wait, that's right." That's a completely different. Whoa. Oh well,
That's
I'll
why I
still
was
do it
telling
anyway.
you,
What the heck? Why not?
Gretchen, for sure, this is your midnight. I was like,
Why not? Why not? It's
oh my
I
goodness, you
mean,
are such a
seriously,
trooper. Okay,
you
so let's
know,
just check at the chat for a while. Again, thank you so much to the Filipino community for coming in early. Yes, from Norman's Diaries community. Thank you so much. And of course, we have Sprinkle with Cards. Hello, hello, Mizelle. Thank you so much po. Here at the office doing nothing. Glad may mapapanood. Okay, she's saying she's glad since she's not doing anything that she has something to watch. And that's us. Thank you so much, Zell. She's an amazing artist too. Gretchen. I know you've seen her in some of our videos. Hi, Rich! And of course, Sir Norman, maraming salamat, Sir Norman, for sharing our live stream for today. Of course, okay, although I did mention like a little bit, okay, about your creative journey. Now, my question for Gretchen before we actually do our crafting for today is how did you get started as a content creator, right? So we know your journey
oh,
towards photography, right? And the thing that you do right now. But how did you get into content creation?
well, I had started to try to do some things with my website and stuff, and with the company that runs my website, and we had started in early 2020, before I knew anything about Ecamm, of trying to do live online shows with my photography and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was oh my gosh, there was a whole different world of video and stuff like that, and compared to my cameras. that's my that's my first camera. I've had that camera longer than I've had my husband. So, and we've been married for 45 years, almost 46 years. So, yeah.
Wow.
But so it was kind of that struggle. And then I started to look into what were some things to do, and how did you enter this world? And I came across Lita live every day in August, and kind of went, oh, that's kind of interesting, and started to do that kind of stuff, and did that. And I think that's where I met you the first time.
Yes,
Was
exactly.
that would have been then. And then I heard about Vlogmas. Well, I actually I was trying to do some of these things, and I heard about Ecamm, and some
Yes.
things like that, and I got in things, and I was introduced to Paul Duncan, and was in an early class of docs way back in the thing, and kind of started to understand a little bit. So I tried to do this on my own a bit, with showing my photography, and that was eh, eh, eh. And then I got in. I said Ecamm. I'll do Ecamm, and Paul was all in and got that. So that was kind of crazy, because I even went live the night I had my knee replacement surgery, which was
Oh yeah, I remember
pretty
that.
darn funny.
Yes.
Oh, pretty darn funny. But then Vlogmas came around and I was like, oh, what am I going to do for every day? Because I really wanted to try to do this because being a teacher for 35 years, and
Mm-hmm.
teaching 5 and 6 and 7 year olds, I knew that I couldn't get it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And as adults, we kind of think we get it all at once, but I knew we couldn't. I couldn't. I had to do it in little bits. And Vlogmas sounded like something I could do in little bits, but I didn't know what I was going to do for every day. And I thought, oh, I'm going to bore people to death with my photography. and with teaching this, stuff, other stuff that people that aren't mumbling over their words can do. And I thought,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a retired school librarian. My degree is in oral interpretation of literature. I'm a
Oh.
storyteller. I read books. I have a huge collection of children's literature. So I thought, oh, I'll read a Christmas story every day. Well, that went like crazy. I mean, I was watching Fluid Artists and they started to come in and watch and going like, oh, will you read us another story?
Oh.
Will you read us another story? And just tonight, I did my 468th night of story, and I went 367
Wow.
days in a row, and then I said, I need a break, and instead of doing nightly, now I just go twice a week, and I share picture books. I talk about the author and the illustrator,
Mm-hmm.
and I read the stories, and I read them to adults who just are starting to the wonder of children's picture books and the beauty and the artwork in it is amazing. And then it got to like, oh, can we try to do what this artist does? And I would try, and then I would try to teach people stuff that I taught kindergartners, the art, the way I teach kindergartners art, like, oh, let's try this, you know, and it just became this thing. And so now once a week, the artists will send in their work, and I'll share their stuff, and then we'll read a story, and I'll go on my way.
So that's why I said, "Oh, Nathan knows Gretchen. How did Gretchen get into the fluid art community?" It's like, right. So you guys know each other. So, oh, that's how it was. That's
Yeah,
how it
Nathan
happened.
was one of the early people that came to some of my early ones, and he, my granddaughter Layla would
Uh huh.
be in helping, and we would do things together. And he wrote a story about Layla's work, and yeah, Nathan was early on,
Oh,
so that was
awesome. So it's like when he was in the chat and he said, I know Gretchen. It's like, oh, really? It was amazing, right? Small
yeah,
world, right? So
yeah,
that's an
yeah,
amazing thing how you actually, finally now from photography, you were able to actually also put in the things that you love, been doing for like 35 years, as you said. And
yeah,
your course
and
is really in literature, right? And storytelling.
yeah, exactly. And so it's this whole, and so for this, I just finished a month of podcasting every day of doing
Yes.
chapter books. I did book bites for the book lady, and that
Mm-hmm.
was I made that a playlist on my channel.
So book
And so
bites for the book lady, sorry, Gretchen. That's not
yeah,
you.
yes, it
You're
is.
like
Book bites with the book lady
that's
is a
you.
podcast that's a playlist on YouTube, or you can have it on a podcast too. But I did that as to do chapter books. So things that people had, might have read as a kid, but or new ones that they do. And I would just read like a little snippet of it, about 10
Yeah,
minutes
I was
maybe, and
able
then leave them
to
hanging.
watch listen. Yeah, so this is yours also, but it's the name is different, right? It's not
um,
images by
it's under
Gretchen.
im- it's under Images by Gretchen. You can do a podcast on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube by just creating
A
a
playlist.
playlist and
Okay, all right.
claiming it to be a podcast, and it's
Okay.
pretty cool. So that's what I did, and then it's done for me is that by doing this, like when I started this whole journey, I was a photographer. I
Yes.
did not pick up a pencil and draw. I didn't color. I mean, I colored maybe with my grandkids, but I didn't believe that I could draw or could do art in any other way. I have 3 very talented older sisters that can paint and draw and do anything, and it's pretty stunning. And then I was the photographer. I can see in black and white. I can do photography.
Mm-hmm.
That's my art. But what I did was I kind of like started just doing this stuff online with people, and they'd go, well, wow, fun, let's try it. And I started experimenting and started trying and started to see and started to follow. I now probably have filled, at least since starting doing that in beginning of 2021, I've probably filled about 6 or 7 sketchbooks.
Wow.
I paint,
Wow.
I watercolor. I've taken watercolor classes. I do a figure drawing class every 2 weeks. I draw. I I just try. I just, what the heck? Give it a whirl. I'm
Right? So, the genes is there. You just needed to, like, put it up, and then you didn't have the time before, right? But now you do, and then you attended classes. So actually Gretchen has been telling me, Lala, you just need to practice. So she actually said, if you want, I can join you. Let's do 30 days of drawing. And we did start. I did start, but I fell off the wagon. Didn't end,
yeah.
right? But probably I could start again, right? But
You
maybe
know,
we can
you're a
show them,
pencil or
right?
pen is always going to be around, and
Exactly, right? So,
this is, if anybody else wants to do this, this is the
mhm.
perfect season to draw gnomes because they're simple, they're easy, and you can do, like, literally, I last year I must have drawn 100 gnomes. I have ones that look like Christmas trees,
Okay,
and I
there
have,
you can. I have your overhead already there.
oh, you do. Okay, you
Yes.
have my overhead. So there's the Christmas tree gnomes. There's these guys. These are the gnomes sitting on, and you can follow people on YouTube who've done this, and most of them are inspired by other people, and you just start playing,
Wow,
and yeah, little angels.
Gretchen, is there anything you can't do?
Um, you know what? Um, I have robot knees.
Ah,
So I have 2 replacement knees, and I'm 67, and I'm figure I can do most anything. I mean, I've been in the wilderness of Alaska and
you are
photographed
awesome. It's like,
cat my bears up close. I've been to Africa and been up close and personal with lions and leopards and
yeah, just
elephants.
recently, right? I think it was last year,
Yeah, yeah, it was
right?
last year. And
Yes.
yeah, there's some things that are kind of a little bit more difficult, like picking up my 10-year-old granddaughter is a little bit harder on this 67-year-old body, but I can still give it a
Yeah, so
whirl.
Gretchen is an inspiration, right, guys? So don't say I can't. Try it
Mm,
first and then see if you really can, right?
And
So,
I think one of the things too with that, Lala, is that literally my older sisters are amazing at
mhm.
art, and just Carolyn is number 2 of the 4 of us, and she can sew anything with a pattern, without a pattern, whatever. Patty can, you show her an art act kind of craft or an activity, like
Mhm.
I showed her how to do uh neurographic, and then what was it? I can't remember, where you do all the little doodle things. She's just gone crazy with it. She sold a bunch of stuff and stuff, and she can,
Zentangles like that.
yeah, Zentangle. She can do
Yes.
any of that. And then she also can walk into a room and go, "Oh, let's move this, and it's done." And then my other sister, Sarah, she can paint and she makes quilts and all this stuff. And I was like, I think by the time those genes got to me, they'd like snapped. I was lucky I'm not a gerbil, you know?
Now that's true. You
and,
are very okay.
and
So looking at
you
what
just
you've
don't
been
compare.
doing,
You just don't
yes,
compare yourself to other people, and
that's
you just
great.
say,
So
"Oh,
we
well."
all have a different way of creativity, right? That's awesome. And then
Exactly.
Gretchen, look, seeing what you've been able to do thus far, I think a great combination with, you are a great storyteller. Of course, I know you do already have children's books, right? You've already published children's books.
I have the book I've published that's could be considered a children's book is called A Day in the Life, The Bears of Katmai, and it's a photographic book with bears that I photographed the
Mm.
bears, and I made up stories about what they were thinking. Like, there's a couple of little cubs that are in timeout, and and other ones that are complaining that it's nap time. And then, it just, I did that. And then I have a book of abstract photographs called A Different Vision. So, and
Okay,
my goal for 2024
there you go.
is to do a black and white book, because I love black and white photography, and I converted a camera to infrared, and I've been doing black and
Wow.
white infrared, and I just Yeah,
Wow,
it's just
something
one
to look
this like
forward
that
to.
you can I don't know if you can see in the back there, kind of, that
There.
picture back there.
Uh-huh.
That I took that was the home I grew up in. I took that when I was 16. And then there's another one up there that's in infrared that I took when I was 16 also. So
Wow.
that's kind of, and then my bears are back there. That
So
was,
it's like something that reminds you of you reminds you of your childhood, and you're gonna bring it
yeah.
back in a children's
And
book.
it's one of the, yeah. And just, but I have written a children's book and it's hiding in a, it's, it's
How about writing
hiding
a
in
now that
it
you're into drawing and
because I'm so,
coloring?
I haven't quite gotten brave enough to put my writing out there. I mean, I'll put my scribbles and my whimsicals, but I haven't quite gotten over this
Why
step of like, oh, like writing. Oh, heck no.
not?
Because I mean, when you read children's literature for so long and there's so many good things out there, you can't help but just go, but you know, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know.
It's so
Somebody out there is gonna like it, right?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, and it's a story that means something to me. It's a with my grandmother. It's a,
Yeah.
a day in the life with my grandmother, and that's a big deal.
Oh,
I
that's
can look through
so
this room
awesome.
right now and see at least 5 things that are hers.
Yes.
And, that's kind of like yeah.
We all do have like that memories of our grandparents or our our relative who has really inspired us, right? And that for
Yes.
me was my aunt. Actually, she's my
Oh,
step aunt at that. She's a teacher. Okay,
mm,
growing up it was kind of difficult being in a blended family, but she really treated me really very nice, and she knew that I love learning. So she, and I love crafts, so she taught me how to, knit, how to sew, how to cross stitch, how to do all of those things. So when she died, I was really, really sad, but I kept her, her advice alive, and that has actually started my passion and love for the craft. So that okay, guys. So that is just an awesome preview, okay, of what Gretchen does, and the amazing thing that she does also on the platforms, right? So this is Gretchen. Okay, oops, not that one, this one. Okay, so on Facebook, she is Images by Gretchen. Okay, I have all of these links, of course, in the description of this video. If this seems to be too small for you guys, because it is for me, right? So also her website is images by Gretchen.com. You can see all of her photography works that are also you can check them out, and some of them are on sale. And then of course her podcast, GretchenShepherd.substack.com. It's amazing. You know what? Yesterday I was listening to it. I was binge watching it. I mean, listening to it while I was preparing. It's like I've never heard of that story, but I liked it. No, with the dragon.
oh, yeah. So I had a whole bunch. The dragons. See,
Yes.
I have a innate love of dragons. If you could see in my studio, there's about 27 dragons looking down on me all
Oh
over around.
wow.
They're all over the place. I have dragon books. I have a couple dragons up here, and I mean, they were just like, "You're doing these books. You need to talk about us." I was like, "Okay, guys, sure."
That's awesome.
When the dragon tells you to do something, you just kind of say, "Okay,"
Exactly.
and there
Exactly.
were just lots of them. And then I had some fun visiting old. I mean, like I read a couple nights ago. I read from the Wizard of Oz, which was written in 1900, and how different it was. People think that they know the story of the Wizard of Oz, but did you know
Mhm.
that in the Wizard of Oz, the book, the Wicked Witch of the East does not have ruby slippers,
Oh yeah, I
ruby
saw
shoes.
that.
She has
I heard
silver shoes,
exactly.
silver,
Exactly.
and it just was just all these different things, how
Yeah,
different
so
they were.
I
And
actually decided to. I'm part of a very active homeschooling community here in the Philippines. So I will definitely, absolutely recommend, okay, your podcast to them because it's really, really nice, right? So it's
I
not just the
I have
usual story,
I'm
right?
going
So we
what
get
I'm
to
gonna
know
do
more.
is I'm gonna switch it to once a week. I'm gonna do one a week because
Mm-hmm.
I've done 30 days in a row was a lot. And I've got a couple of them them, like I have a friend, one of the books I want to do is Esperanza Rising, but it
Mm.
has Spanish in it, and I can read Spanish, and I can usually get it pretty close, but I had to get the audiobook too so that I can listen to it so that I get it right. Uh, Sometimes I completely murder the things, and
Wow.
you just
When
have
you
to
do those
give me grace.
podcasts, is it like just a one run thing or you do edits as well before
Um,
you
I am a I am a I edit photos. I don't edit video very well. So that's why
Okay,
I do
okay.
I do a live storytelling. I do my podcast is usually one and done. Thank goodness
Oh,
there's a
good.
pause button with um Ecamm, and I can pause on it and hit my pause and go, okay, I goofed that up. And sometimes I'll screw up, and the most editing I do is just don't tell on me. I just take it into iMovie and
Ah,
go, oh, that's wrong, and cut that part out. And that's about
okay.
as much as I do. I don't even go into
Same
descript.
here.
If the
iMovie.
if the audio's bad, what somebody told me about
Mm-hmm.
podcast.adobe.com,
Mm.
and it's free, and I'll drop my audio in there, and because in iMovie you can export audio only, and I know you can do that in QuickTime too,
Mm-mm.
but for me, I was cutting out little other clips and stuff like that. And so I just dropped it into there, and sometimes it boosted the audio a bit, but and I know that audio is really important. For a visual artist, that's a a, a hard thing sometimes to convince yourself, but until you listen to a bad audio and you go, "Oh yeah, that's right." It does need to be good. But
Yes, my same problem, but I know that my podcast very loud. I need to like tone down those audio stuff. Okay. So anyways, so let's check the people in the chat. What are the people saying in the chat? So let's go to the last time. Okay, here we have Zell sprinkle with cards saying hi to you, Gretchen. Okay, where is
Yeah.
it? Why is it not showing? Okay, so we are having a lot of technical issues. How about in this one? Oh, all my oh,
Maybe
why
it's
are
behind, maybe the comments are behind that?
oh, normally it's I I just used this last night and they're good.
And it was there earlier. See,
Yeah,
we
see,
have
I told you
gremlins.
there's something wrong with that.
Dragons. Hey, dragons, come on. I read the books. Come on, be nice. Sprinkle some fairy dust on her.
Yes, what
Come
is
on.
happening to the chat, guys? Anyways, okay, so anyway, let's put it here. Okay, let's just do the old way, right? So, okay, so Rich is here. Okay, none of the comments are really going in right now. Anyway, Rich says hi to you, Gretchen,
Hi, Rich.
and Zell, and Master Red, and of course, Keith. I don't know if you remember or do you know Keith? Keith.
I,
Oh, maybe yeah,
I,
because he was in Lida just
oh yeah, yeah, I
this.
remember now. Yes,
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 yes. So Keith,
yeah,
yes, Eagle VP. Yes, that's Keith from the UK. Okay, and
yes.
he does also podcast. I think with Tim
Oh,
Hill.
okay, that's right, that's right.
Yes. All right, there you go. Hi, Rich, and hello, Gretchen. Everybody's saying hi to everyone. Okay, so again, guys, so if okay, of course, oh, I wasn't able to change this. See, that was last night. So if you failed to watch last night's episode, this was it. So go back to that. So I forgot to change that. Anyway, so don't forget again, all the links to Gretchen's socials, okay, had her podcast and her photography website as well is in the chat. Okay, so I
And
know that of
and
course,
if you
yes,
want to hear stories, I'm on at 6:30 Pacific, Sunday and
7, 8,
Thursdays
9,
on
10.
YouTube.
So that's gonna be
Uh,
6:30 Pacific, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 a.m.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I
that's
have
10 a.m. Monday, if it's a Sunday for you.
yes, yeah,
Okay, so that's 10
because
a.m. Monday. I'll put that in the description after this also.
yeah.
I will include that, guys. So you have to, okay, I haven't seen you go live, okay, on that one. Okay, but the podcast, yes. Okay, of course on Ecamm, I always see you on Ecamm. There we go. Okay.
It's a fun thing to do on Sundays. On Sundays, the group that comes in, they oftentimes they send in. There's several people who are really good artists that come in. They'll
Uh-huh.
send in artwork, or anybody who has been working on something will email it to me, and I'll pull it in, and we'll do that. We'll
I
do a
think I
show and
don't have
tell.
that link, Gretchen. The one for
Oh,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Did
It's
I don't think I have it.
Images by Gretchen.
Just the website. I placed it there on the website. So I'll put it additional in the YouTube so that you guys can follow Gretchen's
Yeah, I'm
image.
just Images by Gretchen everywhere. Somebody told me
Okay.
I should change it. Yeah, I'm almost everywhere. It's just Images
Okay.
by Gretchen. So,
I is that on your website? Because I actually took everything from your website. I should
oh
have
my
had that.
YouTube.
Is there no link on the YouTube? Let me check.
YouTube might not be on my website. Maybe not.
Oh.
Instagram. Let's see.
Ooh. Is it?
Links.
Is there like a
I was
or maybe
looking
I
for
just
my.
missed it. So guys, we have okay, I'll be there this Monday. Okay, so see you there. So that's how Nathan, remember guys, Nathan actually met Gretchen. Okay, so there, and of course we have. Oh, it's really not coming up. The links are not coming up. Okay, so KM, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, KM. All right, so now it's time for us to do a little bit of crafting. Okay, but first, can you see what's on Gretchen's table?
Oh my goodness!
All
Yay!
right.
One of my sketchbooks. One of my bears. One of my dragons.
Wow. Oh, I remember the dragon I did with Stan. It's like, oh my goodness.
There's
So
another one I
adorable.
did it. And
And
there's
you,
yeah.
wow.
I just play. I
Like
take them
that
with me.
kind. How long were you able to actually do that?
This is like I date them. Like this was 12/10/2022, and inspired by Abermedia Arts and Crafts, who I did this, and some angel ones. Layla and I did. She kind of started coming up with different things to do,
Wow.
like she would do a skateboarding gnome and all things,
So
and
you should
then
have
you
like a
get.
gnome series, right?
I do. I have little sketches here and little ideas on heads, and then I have little stockings, and
Wow.
I've been doing Christmas ornaments, but I kind of like doing tree gnomes. I think they're kind of fun, different kind of
Oh,
trees.
that's so cute.
And
They're the
gnomes you
perfect
get away with a
shape
lot.
also, right?
You get
Because
away
they're
a lot with a lot on gnomes because they don't have any eyes, and
exactly,
so
and
I
normally they
started.
are like triangular, right? So
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, and
Perfect.
then so I have like an angel gnome. Can you see him right
Yes,
there? And a
yes.
little funny one. And I just take pieces of paper. This one, I have an octopus that I came up with in a story for thing, and so I'm
Your
making an
sketchbook
octopus
looks
gnome.
like a watercolor on watercolor paper.
Yes, I do water. I That's some alcohol ink. Oh, and I did this one on watercolor the other day. A
Oh
Santa.
wow. Look at
Uh,
that, guys. I was like,
that
Gretchen,
was
I can never do something like that.
no.
Promise.
This is I copied this. I inspired. Diane Anton Studio. She did one of these, and really all of this is done with a crayon. I mean, not a crayon, but a candle. I colored in
Wow.
that first, and then kind of did a wash over it, and then so the
Resist.
watercolor didn't stick to that,
It will do a
and
resist.
then you just kind of play.
Wow, wow. I'm
It's
talking to Adam, and he's gonna be on the show on the 29th. Coach Adam Tinkoff, and he's also a paint, right? He's a painter, and he actually our show is gonna be on something like that. So we are gonna take like inspired by the masters. That's gonna be
oh,
that
Adam is
series.
amazing. He's
Exactly. So I'm
amazing.
super excited by the kind of episode we're gonna have. Right? So,
Yeah,
okay.
see, Adams, I mean, I'm into the I taught kindergarten and first grade and
Mhm.
second grade for a long time. So I'm into the more the cartoony kind of whimsical kind of stuff. And the goofy things. So
And I like
gnomes,
those. And they're
they're
perfect for
fun.
coloring.
Yeah. and this the little girl gnomes. This is kind of fun if you could, if your viewers want it. Where is it? It's called neurographic art,
Oh, okay.
and it's a kind of a meditation type of thing. We'll have to do that sometimes. I'll come on sometime and do
Mm-hmm.
neurographic for you because it's really kind of meditative, and it's been a lot of fun to try to,
Wow.
you
So,
know.
Gretchen is like trying out so many things, right? So she enrolled in different classes, art classes and stuff, because she really wants to. I think that is an inspiration on my side because I always keep complaining, I can't do this, I can't do that. But of course, we can't do it because you've never even spent enough time improving the craft, right? You
So
just don't
this was
wake up
there was
being
somebody
great
on
with
YouTube that
watercolor.
had there was somebody on YouTube that had this, that literally like 50 different things that you can draw. And I just sat there and just kept stopping it and drawing and stopping it
Oh, that's
and just
nice.
and or have it on my phone while we're supposedly watching something that I'm supposed to be interested in, but I'm not. This is one of my favorites though that I did.
Oh, wow. And that's a huge one. And you even colored it in. How did you
Yeah.
color that one?
This one is done, I think, with gouache.
Oh, gouache. Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay. Gouache
Yeah.
is like something like a watercolor also, right?
It Gouache is basically a
Is it more pigmented?
non-transparent watercolor.
So
It's a
more
thicker,
opaque.
yeah, more opaque.
Okay.
And so, and then,
Oh,
you
wow.
know,
Oh, my.
you you got to if you're going to do the Zentangle stuff, you got to practice the different things. And so I just lined up different pages and then did different birds and stuff and animals.
Gretchen, you are so good.
But then you get in a slump. Like I've been in a slump for about a month going, oh, I can't do anything.
All right.
So here I
Okay,
am,
I
and you're
can't
going to
even
teach
talk
me how
about,
to do something with
being a slump.
what?
All right,
What
so
are
now
you?
that's gonna okay, we're going to make an
I brought
artist become a crafter.
I brought tea bags because I saw you said something about tea bags, and I thought I have some upstairs.
Okay,
I can
actually
bring
what I
those.
meant were like this kind of tea.
Oh,
The one you it's okay, but that can be because we can put it inside, right? Because that's the point.
see, what I was going to do was I was figured I would put little dog treats in these for
Yeah,
my
yeah,
dog,
can,
and
right?
I have fabric paint. See, this is where my mind goes. I have fabric pens that I never use, but I bought because they looked cool.
You know what?
And because I thought Layla,
Instead of
and I
me
thought,
like
oh, we could
showing
do.
you what to do or how to do this, maybe I will do this and you do that because that looks very interesting. Because my thought was I was gonna teach you or show you how to make this like DIY treat, containers or bags. Okay, so this one for tea and this one for chocolates or something for Christmas, and this one is for tea that comes in a like this. But what you have there is also very interesting. Okay, so
Okay,
why
well,
don't we
yeah,
do that? I'll do this and you do that, so we can both
I
learn from each other.
I brought some of my scraps because I figured I could turn those into whatever you were doing, and
Yes,
then
actually, right? So instead of a pattern paper, especially for
yeah.
artists, right, in the community. Okay, we have here KM, who's also an artist, and so is Zell. Okay, so we don't normally throw our oopsies, right, or something like that. The ones that we like
Do we
practice
throw
on, right?
anything away?
Yeah, no. So we actually can use them instead of a pattern paper. You use them to do this.
Okay,
Okay, this one
I want to see.
actually, which one do you want, if ever, to start with, Gretchen? So we have the one that you can use to put tea bags in. This one you can put treats or chocolates or what have you, even tea. Um, you can also put tea. So anything there
Either
actually.
one looks like fun to do.
Yes. Okay, and then this one, but maybe this is the last. Maybe not that one. I think this one's more interesting to do. Okay, so to start, let's do this one, Gretchen. So
Okay.
all you need for this one is to start with paper that is four. Okay, hold on. That is 4 by 6, 4 inches by 6 inches. Okay, so if you guys are in the chat, okay, and I'm sorry I can't put your comments in the chat right now. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so let's start. You can all start with a 4x6 paper. Okay, where is everything?
Let's go
I
with
can't
this. I've
even
got.
put in a text overlay now. What is happening? Everything basically froze. I was like, can't, can't, can't do anything. What is wrong? Ah, anyway, I wanted to put all the, what do you call this, the measurements. Okay, so 4x6 paper. So guys, you can do this alongside me and Gretchen. It's super fast. You'll be finished in a jiffy. I
So,
don't know.
and I, people are probably going, why does she have all these materials all right handy? You got to understand that I taught elementary school for 35 years, and if I didn't have it all around, every place close by, you know, a 6-year-old will leave things everywhere. Although you can assign them, I would have certain kids in the class who were assigned to put things back where they were supposed to be, and they loved it. Those certain kids who like that kind of thing. I had a teacher that I taught with, and she was very organized, and I, even though I was a librarian, I was kind of but when she picked up pens, she would leave them all, and we had a big double classroom, like 54 kids and 2
Oh.
classrooms, and kindergarten first to second graders, and she would leave the pens at anywhere. So I literally put it on the job chart of, put the pens back. Your job is to follow Mrs. Brousseau and put the pens back. And so she would get done with something, and there would be this little kid would stand up and scurry over, grab the pens, and go put them back where they were. you know,
Oh,
another,
that
get
sounds
Mrs.
like
Shepherd's
me.
shoes. If an adult walks in the room, get Mrs. Shepherd's shoes and bring them to her, so that the adult doesn't know that she's walking around the classroom without her shoes on.
Oh.
That was another class job. So okay, 4x6, I got
All
it.
right. Okay. And then the next thing you do is to score them, or to put a marking, so that you have one on the 2 7/8 mark. Okay, hold on. Okay. I know now. It's my mouse. I had to turn on and off my mouse. Now it's working again. So on the 2 7/8, okay, put a line. Okay, and then on the 3 1/8, put a line again. Okay.
Okay, hang on.
So again, that's the 2 7/8 and 3 1/8.
Okay, got it. Scored on the front side or the back side?
See, did you see how Gretchen scored that thing? Okay, so he didn't even use a bone folder, just the dull
I don't know.
side of, you know.
I have dull scissors and sharp scissors, and that's
so
what I.
see, you can use any, right? You can even use your pen, the back of whatever. Okay, just
Did you have it on the right side or the wrong side? Oh, the wrong side. Good,
You
I did it the right
of
way.
course, the one that you want. Okay, this is of course we want the pattern to be outside, but you can, if you have a double sided, that would also be nice. Okay, so you should have something like this, so a spine like that, right? If
Yep.
Okay, so from those lines, okay, you score both. Okay, there you go. Pretty good. Okay, now you open it up again. Okay, turn it 90 degrees. All right, and then from one side, from the leftmost side, okay, make a marking again, 1 inch from the side. Okay, and then score that down. Score 1 inch down like that. Okay, perfect. So you see what Gretchen is doing. Okay, so you just put marks, and then you connect the lines. Okay, there you go. That's how you do it. If you don't have a scoring tool, don't need to. No bone folder, don't need to. Okay, watch Gretchen do all the hacks.
Scissors.
Scissors,
Not
or the back,
especially
of,
like kindergarten scissors that aren't real sharp.
Yes, there you go.
They'll work well for, and this is, I'm using a watercolor paper, because
Color
I
paper,
had a
yes.
watercolor on, so it's
Exactly.
a little bit heavy there.
So
Okay,
now you
got
would
it.
see that. Okay, and then you folded it like this, right? Okay, and then if you now fold it in the middle also like this. So you now more or less see that you're going to have something like this already, right?
Got it.
Okay, exactly. So now it's like that. Okay, but the thing is, you can see you can choose to make the edges round or as is. It's up to you. Okay, now if you want to make it round, just make a tiny snip of the edge into a little bit of a round thing. There you go. Okay, and then do the same thing on the other side. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to actually create this, what do you call this? Flap.
A tab. Yeah.
Yes, the tab. Yes. Okay, so this is what's the dimension of this one? 5/8 of an inch. This one, 5/8. So the width is 5/8, and the length is 3/4 of an inch. So
Okay.
that's the one that will be used to close it. Okay. So, but I know probably Gretchen at this point probably doesn't have the Velcro, so that's fine. Okay, they can just, put it like that, and maybe later on,
I have washi tape,
yeah, can. Yeah,
or I have artist tape.
yes, exactly. So we can use that later on just to, put it, snap it.
Okay.
Okay. You know, Gretchen is a photographer, so she does have all the tapes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Gaffer tape does amazing stuff
Gaffer,
for you.
okay. So, normally, Gretchen, okay, so before we put that in, okay, um, first we need to, if you want, you can decorate the middle, okay, by adding
Okay.
a sentiment, or it's up to you. But yeah, because right now that's fine because it's a beautiful work. I don't want to cover it, right? So maybe what you can just do on top is just, make a little bit of a calligraphy or a
Oh,
note,
cool.
or your gnome cutouts. Maybe cut out some of the gnomes and put them on top. Fussy cut one of the small gnomes and then put it on top. So that will be your like a sentiment, or decoration for your tea treat bag. And then that's the time that you put the flap on, and then just determine how far in you want it. And then you attach the back side with a glue, and the other side with a repositionable tape or washi tape or what have you.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
that's too big.
That's fun. I'm looking for one of my little gnomes. Where'd he go?
Yes, maybe there's a small gnome. All right. Yes, maybe that small bird or
Oh, little
small.
bird.
Yes,
Peep.
right. So
Bert.
fussy
I
cut. If
named
you're
him.
okay with using them and fussy cutting them.
This one. This one is good. He's kind of crazy.
Oh, I love that. And it matches your what do you call this? Your background, right? Because
Yeah, he does. He's kind of crazy.
So guys, you can also do this, if you don't have a pattern paper, you can use any. Like if you have, let's recycle, upcycle, used, what do you call this? Used gift wrapping paper, or used calendars, used whatever nice prints you might have that you can use as a cover or a background for this. That would be awesome. Okay, again, the dimensions are, the base is just 4 by 6 inches, 4 inches by 6. And then you score the 4 by 6, the one on the landscape. Okay, again, 2 2 and 7/8, and then 3/8, 3 1/8. Okay, and that would give you the spine. Okay, and then you turn it around 90 degrees, and then you score on 1 inch. Okay, and then you fold it, so that would look like this. And then you have to just glue together the edges to make a flap. Okay, but of course, Gretchen first is okay, putting on, okay, her awesome bird, okay, on top of, okay, her tea
There
bag.
he
There
is.
you go, awesome. Okay, so now Gretchen, the sides, you can just glue it together.
Yeah.
Okay, so you put just a snip of like glue on the side, just a little bit, so that you can close just on those edges. Okay, just those, put it together like so. Okay, attach it. If you have anything like something similar to this or anything that you just put it there for a little bit so that they will just stick together. Sometimes, most oftentimes, I use double-sided because I don't like to wait. But if you're in a hurry, liquid glue is absolutely fine. Okay, and then let's say it's already dry, so you can now put in your tea bags,
Nice.
right?
Very cute.
Right, so maybe you create a your own blend of tea, and you put it in a tea bag just like what Gretchen has. You can actually even do that and then just put it here. Okay, and then there. Okay, and then
That is
all you need
too
to do now is
fun.
to just put the flap. Okay, let me check if I can do this already now. Okay. Yes, so it was the mouse, Gretchen. So I had to turn on
Was
and
it?
off the mouse. It was glitching. Okay, now it's okay. There you go. Okay. Okay, I can show now Keats. Okay, good day, Lala. Hello. It's working. Thank you, thank you. Okay, the dragons in your room. Thank you. All right, so are you done?
Yes,
You're
he's
done
he's
gluing them
sitting over
together?
there. It's underneath here, and I was just gonna
Yay!
draw a little gnome something or
Hat.
other here. That's a
Okay.
gnome hat. What am I gonna do for
Oh,
the
okay. That's us. See, I don't know how to draw. So most of the time
he,
I just use, cut out pattern
let's see.
paper, print out stuff. See how awesome it is. In our community, Gretchen, we have like KM, and we also have Wims or Maridam. They like Maridan just started crafting earlier this year, so she doesn't have a lot of materials. So when we say, okay, create something like this, she doesn't have the stickers nor the paper. You know what she does? She makes up her own, right?
Yeah.
So when we say do this and do that, she makes up her own background because she's an artist, right? She does a wash, and then she draws whatever it is that needs to be there, and in the end she has a project, right?
That's
Awesome.
that's this kind of thing that I always had to do at school because we didn't have always a lot of extra for doing crafts and doing art and
Mm,
stuff like that. There wasn't a lot of extra money for that kind of stuff, and you kind of had to make things last a long, long time. And
yes.
you just made things. If you didn't have glue, you figured out something else. You made glue, or you did things, and you figured out how to do different kinds of things with
Correct.
whatever, And I'm trying to figure out how to make a little gnome dog. I think he's going to have eyes, although he's going to have a little nose. There he
Wow.
is, little
Gretchen is
nose.
doing it live, guys.
Well,
Drawing. If you are isn't this very inspiring? See?
he's going to have little dog bones on his hat, right? So his little gnome hat should have little dog bones on it,
Wow.
right? Don't you think?
Oh, you triggered your balloons.
I did.
Yeah, balloons were popping down, falling down.
I didn't touch anything.
Maybe it's
How did,
remember, I think they have like when you say a word or something,
oh my
it
gosh!
triggers it. Oh, there. See, you see it. Come on, look at it. Oh, oh,
What?
you didn't see
Oh,
it again?
I didn't see it again.
It kept on falling. Oh, there again. See? Ah, you missed it again.
I did. That's so crazy.
Oh
So
my goodness.
crazy.
And they were
Here,
transparent balloons.
funny. I wonder if they're on the FaceTime camera because the FaceTime camera has those triggers now.
Yes, yes. I think that's it. That's it. Maybe we
I
said
bet you.
something that triggered
Reactions.
it.
Oh, it could have been. It could have
It's a good
been.
thing that you're not freezing though, because some of them their streams freeze. Oh,
Those,
there.
those, those. Oh, there. Yeah, those. That's the FaceTime camera. How
Yes,
did
but
it?
that one
Whoa.
is going up. The other one, your other camera was the balloons were falling down, going
Okay.
down.
So this is. I'm just doing a little. I grabbed some fabric, and you can use just about any kind of things.
What
Fabric
marker are
pens.
you using? That's an Arteza
Yeah,
regular
they're
marker?
the they're
Watercolor
the
marker.
fabric. No,
Oh,
these are the
fabric.
fabric markers.
Oh, yeah, because you're using the tea bags, right?
I'm
Yes.
doing it on a tea bag. I have some other kind of things. I tend to little hack. I mean, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you people probably know this if you're buying different places. Sometimes you can buy in bulk in places like at Michael's where it
Uh-huh.
has uh it's gonna this at the very bottom it says Michael's Pro.
Uh-huh.
And if you go into there, you can buy things in bulk. Like, I got
And
these
then
sketchbooks.
discounted? Is it
Yes, I
discount?
got these sketchbooks like this. I got them like 6
Uh-huh.
for each sketchbook cost me $4.50.
Oh, wow. That's sick. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and you
Oh.
can it's sometimes if for pencils or for things or you want to do check that out because that's how I do. Because I'll get those. I'll go buy like for my grandkids. That was one of the things for Christmas last year is I bought sketchbooks in bulk, and then they each got their own sketchbook, and I drew their name on the front and I painted it on the
Oh.
front kind of and made it kind of fun for them. So it's kind of fun. And whether they use it, Layla uses hers completely and she's nabbed her brother's because he doesn't use it enough, she says.
Yeah.
But he's not going to use it, Grandma Goo. I'm going to use it. I'm like,
Right. So
I
the flap,
know.
it's just
And
I'm gonna for those who are creating something like this. So the flap, okay, normally the one at the back, I make it a little bit longer because if you have a sentiment, I don't want to cover it really. So just a little bit. So I'm gonna put the Velcro over there. Okay, but you see what Gretchen is doing. If you have a fabric pouch like that, actually that's a tea bag. Okay, so if you
yeah,
want to create your own tea bags, right? Okay, so normally you can buy those tea bags like for maybe 10 in a pack or 12 a dozen in a pack, something like that. So and then you get those fabric markers that Gretchen is using. It
and you can actually use regular markers too. You,
Oh, it won't,
yeah,
it will
y-
be okay.
it'll still color. Yeah, you can dollar store markers will color on them too. Yeah, that's the trick. They'll do it too. And then I'm gonna put
Oh, I remember my recent. I was there. Remember after Creator Camp, I went to Florida, right? And then when I went into a dollar store, and then I was like, I kept on asking. So how much is this? $1.25. And then how about this one? $1.25. And then another's like, the next time I asked, she didn't answer me anymore. It's like, Dala, this is a dollar store. So
yeah, it's now the
but
dollar
then there's
25
like,
store, but
because there were things that weren't $1.25, right? So there
yeah.
were more expensive ones. So I was like wondering, maybe this is more expensive.
So then what I'm going to do is, and then I can draw on the back too, but this I'll put dog treats in for my dog, for Aldo, or for the
Aw,
neighborhood dogs, and for his girlfriend Bailey, and put treats in him, and
that's cool. They have a girlfriend.
and for yes, he thinks he's king. He's 14 pounds and he thinks he's king dog of the whole neighborhood, and he's like, yeah, so what? She's 5 times as big as me, but she's my girl.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, so that would be good. I could put little treats in those. They're so fun.
That's so pretty.
I would never would have thought of doing that, Lala. Thank you. That's just
It's
so much fun.
awesome, right? So
And
sometimes it doesn't have to be really expensive, right? But things that are gonna be used, like as Gretchen said, so the treat. All right. So of course, okay. Our fur babies are part of the family. They also get to have some treats, right? So for Christmas, they also get something, right? So it's
yeah.
totally up to you. So this is just one of the things that, or how you can do it. Okay.
Well,
So
I think too. I mean, we have a fairly small neighborhood where I live. It's kind of way out in the
mm-mm.
boonies, and everybody walks and they walk their dogs and stuff. And so the dogs all get to know each other, and somebody always has treats in their pockets for the other one. This would be a really
Ah,
nice little thing to pull out and say, "Here, thanks for always giving my and Merry
Yes.
Christmas. It would be just kind of a fun way. Plus, it would use up those tea bags that I, for some reason, thought I was going to drink bulk tea, and I
Yes,
can't be
expensive.
bothered with it.
True, true. Remember, like during the holidays, it's like the saying, "It's the thought that counts." Because really, it should. Because normally, like I'm not sure, but in here in the Philippines, it's like you basically give gift to everybody, right? So,
You are the queen. I mean, I hung my ornament on our
oh,
tree the
you
other
really did.
day. I was like, "Oh my!" Pop goes,
You'll
"She
always
made one
remember
for."
me on Christmas. During Christmas.
I'm like, I know where I was when she gave it to me.
Thank you. So there. So you have okay. So it doesn't have. It's like you don't need to break the bank to give tokens or gifts to everybody, right? Again, so something like this is enough. If they're not tea people. You can put something else like maybe a treat, maybe a black chocolate or something. If they are on the healthy side or any other stuff. Okay, or even gift certificates, I'll be doing something like that as well. All right, so that's it probably. This one probably we'll do another time, okay, because this is a little bit longer, but I like what Gretchen did today. So again, thank you so much, Gretchen, for coming
It
in.
was so fun.
My gosh, it's 3. What time is it? 5
It's 1:30
42.
in the morning.
Yes, it's already 1:30 in
Yes.
the morning, guys. I don't even know if Gretchen understands what we're doing right now. Okay, so again, thank you so much, Gretchen, for coming in and for actually inspiring us. I got actually inspired by your take on our project for today. All right. So I'm going to let you go so you can finally, turn in for the day. And thank you again so much.
I'm gonna have
Okay.
to wind down now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got the glue out. I've got all these kind of things. I could just stay up all night. I'm not quite young enough to pull an all nighter for,
Exactly,
but
exactly. Promise next time it's not gonna be this late for
no, I
you.
don't mind. I don't mind at all.
Oh my
It's just
goodness.
funny. I mean, and of course tech stuff that always things, but
Okay.
it was so
So,
much fun. I haven't
okay,
done
Gretchen, do you have
something.
any like of course the one on Sunday, right? It's 10 a.m. Philippine time on Monday because it's your
Yeah,
Sunday, right?
I do.
Okay.
I do every Sunday and Thursday in Pacific time.
Okay, Pacific
Um,
time.
except next week it'll be Sunday and Wednesday because on Thursday I have a special thing I go to. But I
Okay.
usually put a
So the
comment
best
out.
way to not miss, okay, is of course make sure that you head on over to Gretchen's YouTube channel, Images by Gretchen, okay, and then check out all the videos there. Okay, like why don't I do that? Hold on, Gretchen. Okay. So, okay, see, since there's no snow in the Philippines, so that is there all the time.
My sister texted today and said that she'd looked up from drawing, and when she had started drawing, it had been snowing
Uh-huh.
lightly, and then it had stopped, and then she looked up again, and it was dumping. She's in Eastern Washington, so I was like, "Yay, it's snow!"
Okay,
I
let's
love the
look up. Okay, so that they know where to actually really find you. Okay,
Images
there
by
you go.
Gretchen.
Okay, there you go. All
There I
right.
am.
Okay, the one with the Santa hat. Okay, so that's Images by Gretchen. So if you are not yet subscribed, okay, first watch. Okay, you need to watch first. Okay, you need to watch. There's so many videos to watch. Okay, so
Yep.
watch first, and then after watching, then consider subscribing. Okay, so that
Yeah.
and then of course don't forget to hit that notification bell. Okay.
And there's the podcast channel there. That's the
Okay.
Book Bites with
Okay,
the
there
Book
you
Lady. And I have
go.
another podcast that I do
All right,
called The
there.
Little Giant Things. And
Okay. Is it
then
here?
I have,
Oh,
yeah,
here.
yeah. And that one where
There.
I just talk about things that are
Okay.
those little things that make a giant impact on you sometimes. And that's what that. And then on when I do a storytelling, I start each one with I make a video for each one in Canva
Oh, okay.
beforehand so it has something to do with it. So it's fun. It keeps me busy. It keeps me out of trouble most of the time. But, yeah.
There you go, guys. So there's so many videos to binge watch on, okay? So head on over to that, okay? Of course,
Thanks. I'd
not just
appreciate it.
that. Okay, not just that, guys. Okay, so if you really like, you're also interested to see what kind of photography, okay, Gretchen does. Okay, we can actually go there as well. Okay, why not? We're
Yes.
here already. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so we go to images by Gretchen. See?
Mm-hmm.
It's there. Chanan! There you go. This is the page. This is her website. Okay. So there's the infrared invisible to visible. Okay.
Yeah,
And
there's
then she
about
has
9
yes.
different galleries that you'll see,
Yes.
and then you can
So
go
the
into that, click
bestsellers.
on one of
Oh, you
them.
can't see. It's crap.
You can click on one of the galleries and it'll take you in, and there's several photos on
Yes.
each one.
Yes. So these are, you call it they get the prints. You call it prints, Gretchen, right?
You can
Order.
get prints on, or you can get them on metal. You can get acrylics. You can get them
Oh.
in canvas. You can get on paper.
Oh, look at that.
Those are
Awesome.
prints. If you want something there, then you want one of the
Oh,
originals.
yes.
Just contact me, and then I
Okay.
do printed originals for
Okay,
people.
there you
But
go. See there on the side, it gives you the color, the medium,
yeah, it's a
and then
cool
show
website,
more.
because it has, if you are looking for a specific like color to match a room or something,
Uh-huh.
you can do a color picker and put it in right there, and it'll pull up all my images that match the colors that you're looking for.
Okay, so there's even one, if let's say I click on the mug, so now it's turning. Maybe my internet is dragging or lagging, so okay, but it's supposed to show you what that one is. Okay, so
Oh,
many things to actually look
yeah.
okay at Gretchen's website. See, she's such a multi-talented, awesome human being, right? So I love Gretchen, right? So okay, we have Wims in the chat. Okay, I saying this is Wims. Okay, oh no, I'm late. It's okay, Wims, but you should have. I highly suggest Wims that you watch on replay, because Gretchen is just like you. If you don't have this, I will draw. I will create it, right? So I was supposed to like guide her how to create this thing. She did, yeah, she was able to do it, but she had an even better idea. She used tea bags, right? So she created a treat bag to give to put in treats for dogs for the neighborhood, right? And even for her own fur baby. All right. So guys, watch it if you have missed the earlier part of this. Again, Gretchen, thank you so much for coming
Thank you so
in.
much, Lala, for having me. This has been a light, and I'm so inspired by you all the
Oh.
time. You have I watched you from the early on of when we first both started this. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, you just amaze me. You inspire so many people. You reach so many people. You do such good, and I'm just so honored that you had me on here with you, because
Oh,
you are a delight and a treat. And one of the amazing things that Ecamm has done for
I'm
us is to
blushing.
bring this fam together. And
Yes,
I never would have met you. I mean, I'm outside of Seattle. You're in the Philippines,
exactly.
and there we met in Amesbury, and it was like, what?
Yes, I was like, or when I heard Gretchen's here, where's Gretchen? Victor, where's Gretchen? And then we saw you
Victor
from
dragged
afar.
me all over the place to find you. He goes, she's over there. She's over there.
Right. So again, thank you so much, Gretchen, and I hope this is not the last. Right. This
No,
is the first, but hopefully not the last. All right. So
thank
with
you
that,
so
guys,
much.
thank you so much, and see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 2. We will be having again a friend of ours, Gretchen and I, knows Vincent of Stressed
Oh,
Out, Stress Free. All right. So we're gonna be
yes.
crafting
Yes.
tomorrow with Vincent. With that, thank you so much.
I probably need that
Bye.
stressed out, stress free, because I haven't
Yes.
cleaned my studio yet.
Good night, Gretchen. Please have a great sleep, okay?
I will. Thanks,
Bye.
thanks, Lala. Bye,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you.
Bye. All right. Thank you so much for joining me and Gretchen today, and I hope to see you tomorrow again for Vlogmas Day number 2. Bye.